y'all. I decided to get a few things off of Amazon to try out. I tried something similar with a friend at the dog show, loaned me something similar to this to check out the speed and the power, and it was actually kind of interesting. So it was around 25 bucks on Amazon. Let's see, it's got a halfway decent size. It's actually got a bit of weight to it. Let's see, do we have any power? Oh, it already has a little power. I wonder how much charge it's going to take to do anything. Has a little cap. Has a secondary cap. Okay, so that has a mechanism where it sets down in there and spins the lock. So you have access to the top of the grinder and to the side of the grinder for sticking little toenails in there, and a medium and a low, and it's got a little light on it. So let's see, take that shot out and see. The light does help a little. And then it has looks like a spare grinding wheel and another cap, another style cap maybe, or does that go on top? Looks like it's one or the other. And that is even smaller size, allows you a more limited little hole in which to stick toenails in, but that's quite a deep distance to have to get the nail to get it to the grinder, so I think I'm gonna play around with this guy. Actually, first things first, see how I like it on my nails. It grinds. It's not awful. Not nearly as powerful as my big one, but it's got a nice, like, fine grit, it feels like, so, I just have to see what the little guys think about it. It comes with the USB charger, little old style USB charging thingy. Go, yeah. So assume that what plugs in? Yep, plugs in at the bottom. So tuck the extra pieces away. USB charger bay actually has one more slot available, so perfect. Get charged if it needs to. Lexi is going to be our little guinea pig Tuesday. No, I heard there's bats and things happening. Oh no, there's bats and things happening. Stay. Good girl, come. Little missy. Alrighty, we'll start with the back ones because they're usually easier. You wanna look? Alright, so part of the nice thing about these is that it has the guards that help to keep the hair away from them, so that's kind of one of the benefits. Good girl. Thank you. Good girl. But because the back's open, I'm still a little concerned. So just let it work off. Taking it back and forth, side to side a little. I will definitely say she seems to have less of an opinion about it than my heavier duty one that I use all the time. Which is kind of why I went with this, is A, to have a little one in the house, or to take to dog shows. But yeah, let's get a nice little, getting those back compared to where they're starting from. So we're starting from like that. Good girl. Taking it down a little. Good girl. So yeah, let's see if you can see a little bit better on the front nails. Camera is here. Good girl. Good girl. And I usually feel around all my edges and such just to make sure we're getting them all the way. I'm having a harder time getting to the angles on this foot. If you've watched any of my other nail trimming videos, one of the things, yeah, I wouldn't want the heavier lid. One of the things I always do, and you can kind of sort of see me doing it here, is I support the foot with one hand, pull the hair back, expose the nail, so thumb on top and bottom of the toenail, and then I touch to support the Dremel with the other hand, and then just kind of work the nail. Good girl. So it may have only come with a little bit of juice. It seems to be bogging, but I am still working on the first setting. So, oh no, did we get it close? We did. Good girl. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I got close to the quicks there, so you can kind of see. Just make my lighting a little more steady. You can kind of see how much room we have here. We'll compare those two. Turn that off a second. I'm gonna use a thicker brush. Brush the hairs back and away. She's got fuzzy feet. Good girl. So you can kind of sort of see the difference on nail that's been trimmed and the nail that has not. Come on, get me focused. There you go. So as far as length goes, those are the two side by side. And then you can see on the one that we trimmed, it's pink to the end, where this one's still got a little bit of a clear space. So basically just want to buzz off all that clear. I will say they definitely seem to have a little less reaction to this than they do to my bigger one. But it does Dremel plenty well. Girl, she's such a princess. Gets a lot of nail dust down in there. That's hilarious. I definitely want to take the lid off. Good girl. And shake it out. So that's compared to the big guy. So it is kind of nice having the little spacer instead, just to kind of help keep the hair out of it. I've got tons of practice with watching where the coat is and isn't, so, and keeping it where I want it. Lexi, you're such a doll. But I do think my bigger Dremel is still much more efficient. Good girl. All the dust. Good girl. I'll have to try this again with a full charge and see if we have any better luck. She's decided to go belly up for you all. Oh, what a good princess. Good girl. So yeah, for at home, on the go, not doing a professional job of a billion nails a day, I kind of quite like it. Definitely very unlikely to replace my regular one, because I'm so much more used to where everything is, and I feel like I have better control. Do you like back ones? Yeah, I like it. Lexi seems to approve, mostly. She's giving us belly up, so she must not be too mad. Good little girl. Is Lexi a happy Lexi? Yeah. I know. Our rule is we must have trimmed toenails to be a lap dog, right? If you want on the furniture and in laps and in the bed, we have to keep trimmed toenails, don't we, baby? You're such a little love. You're such a good girl. Say goodbye. So, little thing number 2 we decided to pick up was a tiny little set of clippers for little feet pads. And I'll try to remember to post links to these on the bottom of the page. Comes with some battery, that's nice. Lexi's still belly up from the nails. Alright, so it's not a USB thing. I mean, USB charges, but it's not a USB little one. Comes with a little bit of oil. Actually might be a handy little comb, not too bad. And then its comb attachments are reversible, that's kind of funny, and a little dust brush. Alright, let's see what Lexi's little toesies have to say about it. Oh, girl. Alright, using the thinner one is going to make me insane, so that's getting clipped off right now. So it came with 2 blade sets. It is odd about getting that out of there. How am I supposed to remove you? Huh. There we go. So open up the new blade, wider blade. Just kind of hesitant on getting one of the ones that have the thinner clipper head or blade head because I'm not used to using anything that tiny. I'm used to using big old pro gear, so that many teeth is too few. That many teeth I might be happy with. Let's see if we can get this to, it has a funky little mechanism in there that it has to get into first. So you kind of have to, there we go, get it to snap down in there, and then it snaps on. And we're only 1 speed. Girl. So, it clips pretty nicely. What are you curling your toes in for? That's not helpful. Good girl. Well, so I think it said it clips at about a 30 length, which I'd agree with. I typically will grab a 40 to do my show dog toes because I like a nice, clean, tight little clip. But to be honest, it's not so bad. Squeaker. Good girl. Yeah, it does an adequate job. As I said, I'm a little bit spoiled with my more pro gear. I like to get them a little bit tighter in the feet pads and stuff, but not so bad. Let's do a little back toe. You're all spread out. There we go. Good girl. So when I'm working on toe pads, I like to leave the hair foot effect. So I usually leave what's above the toenail long, but everything under the toenails I cut all the way tight. Good girl. And then I like to press, kind of use the butt of the clipper and kind of press in there. Same thing from this side. I'll take it down the long side, kind of use the press clipper to just kind of expose some of that toe, and then that way I'm not taking it like in too deep, because if you go like directly in here, you'll end up cutting the webbing between the toes. So like I'll do here and then I'll do here, and watch that blade never dips into that section of the foot. You don't want the blade getting in between the toes. I'll say little Lexi. I don't think she minds. Not so much. Good girl. So yeah, for an inexpensive alternative to heavy-duty clippers, it's kind of nice. It clips clean enough. Don't know what kind of longevity it'll have, and again, whether it's at full power because I just took it out of the box and didn't bother charging it. Good girl. But it came with at least enough power. I know, I like those trimmed nice and tight, and it's not quite as snug as I like it. Lexi, you're the best. I'm gonna thank Lexi for being such a champ. She's the sweetest. So again, I want to get everything basically around the feet pads. I want to clean up the little jelly beans. Just have nice clean edges. All the way around little jelly bean toes. I don't go too far up the back side because I tend to do that more with the thinners and the scissors, but I also don't want the hair extending past the foot pad. So like anything that's there, we can definitely trim off. So yeah, I vote no for the little tiny blade, but with the full-size blade on it, it's pretty nifty little device. So tiny pocket clippers. Lexi approves. You little rascal. Alright, well, I'll probably come back at some point and go over them again once they get a full charge and a little bit of wear and tear on them and see how they hold up. But anyway, have a great day, all of y'all on YouTube, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, and share.